The President of KS Officers Association in J&K Government, Additional Divisional Commissioner Kashmir, Deputy Commissioner, and all different, I think, Vice Chairman Kashmir, the Srinagar Development Authority, as well as I was Commissioner the Srinagar Municipal Corporation. Presently, I am Kashmir Society International Chairman. So I was told by them that we have a very good and very brilliant batch of IAS and KS aspirants for 2019. Are you for 2019 exams? You are all for the preparing for 2019 exam, isn't it? Huh? So I was told, so they said that today we have called them for the workshop, and you will also give some bits of the experience and share with them, where they will have also interaction. Somebody might have the questions, and I'll be very free after I speak to you on different aspects, and particularly my subject will be Kashmir and Srinagar, because you know new trend in the new examinations is that you aware about your own place where you are born. Do you know anything about that or not? That's one of the, when you come to the general knowledge point of view. And then you have your own subjects which you have chosen. You might have chosen the science, you might have chosen to appear in that also. And some people are also preparing, like, can I get, so that I get the guess of my audience here, can I get the, who is preparing for IAS? You, yes, you. So you are preparing for the IAS at present. When your tentative examinations are scheduled?
Preliminary examination in June 2019.
2019 will be preliminary, yes. And you are presently preparing only for the preliminary, obvious. Yes. And who is preparing for the KS? KS, all. Rest all. So what is your scheduling time? Same? Around May, June. Yeah. I think, yeah, it will be there. So you have enough period, enough time. So it is your dedication. Because I tell you one thing, there is some connect. And this connect I have always loved to develop. I tell you one of the examples where I also feel sometimes honor of having this connect with the youth, particular youth of my Kashmir. I was Director Information. Some people might be knowing, and some people might be getting me on the social media, because I am so much available on the social media. So, but I'll give you the example. One of the points and the example was that I was with I think Director Information, and Umar Abdullah was the Chief Minister. Umar Abdullah was very happy that Shah Faisal got this first position, and it was really a pride of Kashmir. So he called Shah Faisal in his chamber, and he had this, and naturally wherever there is a CM, Director Information, is supposed to be around so that he projects him, isn't it? Because whatever he speaks or whatever he does, it is me who presents it to the people. But I remember one point. When Shah Faisal was brought in his room, and he introduced so many people there. The Chief Secretary was there, he introduced the Chief Secretary, we were only few officers. Then he said here, towards me, said, here is my Director Information, and here is the connect. You know what was the reply of Shah Faisal? Because, sir, I know him, he is my role model. And he has scoffed me long before, sir, because I am the chief of the J&K Scouts also. So, as a J&K Scout, he was my scout also. So, this is the connect. And this is our society. While when I project myself, I am the Kashmir Society chairman, I project it deliberately because I tell to the world, not only to my people, Kashmir, I tell to the world how much vibrant my society is, which has been unfortunately demeaned, or it has not been projected in its more prosperous and prospective, prosperous from intellect point of view, prosperous not from economical point of view. The prosperous, very intellectually having high acumen of intelligentsia, it is Kashmir. When you as having the canvas of everything, somebody may ask you about what is the Nigeria, somebody will ask you about the California in the question, somebody will ask you about the world, about the country, about the subcontinent, about the sea, about the oceans, about all rivers of the world. But definitely you are supposed, somebody may ask you in the personality test, once you will be in the interview, somebody will ask you about your Kashmir. You might have, for example, you have passed all the channels. You have passed the channel of the preliminary, you opened the door, you have cracked it, then you have cracked the final. Then after that also you have the personality test. And you have the certain questions are being asked in certain, but I have found so many people aware about the entire world, unaware about their own place. I have seen it. When I have found it myself, having interaction daily. Yesterday, I did the day before yesterday, when it was the Eid Milad day, 21st of November, I was in the most sacred shrine, is the shrine of our Khankai Maula Hazrat Amir Kabir, Rahmatullah Alayh. I was there. I was honored and given the honor of the turban at the member Sharif of the shrine, along with the procession, long procession of people who joined me in the downtown in Shahr Khas, where why I participated in it. Not today, from very beginning. Because I feel, from my point of view, and telling you also, you should note certain my points. I think sometime in the life it will be lurking in your minds, that you should feel always honor of you should proud of your civilization. You should never feel shy that I am a Kashmiri. I have seen some people just fumbling, where from you are. Some people I have seen fumbling, should we say Kashmir? Should we say Jammu? Should we conceal this or shall this? This is, one should be proud of a place he is born. Because here I will quote even our Rasul Akram sallallahu alayhi wasallam, the great prophet. When he has shifted from Makkah to Medina, he would open the button of the shirt and look towards the Makkah, and people would tell him, what you are doing, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He would say that the breeze from my birthplace is coming to touch me. That is the concept of feeling that you are. Because Shah Faisal, there were so many first missioners. The others, not only Shah Faisal, but I know him very, very lovable personality, personally. But so many. Even in Kashmir University, when all the batch of, I think, 2010, 2011, 2012, I was who honored them in the Kashmir University auditorium. And so many officers meet me and they tell me, I don't sometimes remember, they tell me, yes, because I had been the president of the KS officers, so I was being brought by everybody, please honor them, they have passed. So there it is not me only, it is entire society which feels proud at a time. It is not necessarily that who passes is the intelligent. It is not necessary. It is also sometimes who fails is also super intelligent than him. This is my feeling. It is not necessarily that only the intelligence test is, super intelligence test is that you have passed the IAS. No president of India has passed the, maybe some might be, I am not, I think you might be knowing better than me, how many presidents of India or presidents of Pakistan or presidents of all the have passed these bureaucratic tests. Not necessary. But sometimes they have been very super. I remember the president, Abu Kalam Azad, who was recently the president of India. He has been inspired. He was a person who never had a fee to pay to his school. He never had a fee. He could not get the admission because he was not having that 1 rupee or 50 paisa at that time to pay. But he would always, he had a love for the education, he had a love for intellectual pursuit, and he saw the flying, once he was out of school and he was in a very sad condition, sitting somewhere, he saw a flying bird. When he saw the flying bird, he could feel at that time with the vision of the universe and vision of the sky. And he did, I think, his fraternity was the same. He chose that subject for him. That was oriented with the launching of the flights, etc. So this example I am giving of, and there are thousands of examples of the world. Whether it is a present world of the digital world, or it was a pre-empty world and a prehistorical world. Once we read the history and chronicles are full of the stories of the personalities of the world who have done something. Therefore, it is yearning or desire of every individual that I should do something. Not necessarily you are the IS aspirants or K aspirant. That is the end of the world. You will not pass it. You may pass it, everything you will not be just allowed after going to even finals also at. So many things there. Then world is end for you? No. Every person's intelligence is his God-given, divine-given gift. It is how much he is going to utilize for which subject. If you choose, even you are illiterate, you know nothing, a formal education, you go for, making of a shawl. And there, once you make a shawl, your dexterous style of carving will be much more impressive to the world, like I think Bonaparte, what was his name, who was given the shawl of Kashmir, what was his name, Bonaparte, I think, very great personality, who was a warrior, who won. Then he was given a Kani shawl, long before. When he was gifted a Kani shawl, so he was a man, a warrior, who has conquered so many territories, was engrossed with the dexterous style of the art of that shawl, and since then people started feeling proud of the Kashmir art. A man was not a literate, he has not degrees behind Harvard degrees and all degrees, he was just a person having some knowledge. When our great Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, see visionary, when he was born, and part of the verses of divinity, and the divinity verses came to him, to the cave, through the Hazrat Jibreel alayhi salam. So, my point is, knowledge has a divinity. Whatever kind of knowledge it is it a spiritual knowledge? It is a formal knowledge. It is a knowledge of art. It is knowledge of anything. Similarly, I am telling you, he himself, the great prophet, you might have read and you should read about everything. He has said, if you have to go the pursuit of the knowledge to the China, go there, to the Arabians. He is telling when there was no aircraft, there were no, so much modes of transport, going from one place to another place was very tough. He is telling to the people of Arabia that for the knowledge, even if to acquire the knowledge you have to go to the China, go to the China and see the map of China at the time. China at the time was this belt. This was the Kashmir, it was the Kashgar, it was the Central Asia. This was the abode of knowledge, and the example of that is during the same century era, when Hyun Song came to acquire the quality education, he came to Kashmir. Hyun Song came to Kashmir for a quality education. So it was a knowledge of a very high standard, not from today, from very beginning. That is why people also feel throughout the globe settled that Kashmir has a potential to really spread their knowledge, art throughout the world, because it is the name of a civilization. You have the civilization, you might have read more than me, because you are working, you are presently young, energetic minds. You might have heard about the Mesopotamian civilization. You might have heard about the Nile civilization. You might have heard about Indus civilization and so many civilizations of the world. Above them is one of the civilization, that is the Kashmir to Kashgar is a very, very vibrant civilization. I have worked, I have read, I am the author of, I think, so many, 10, 15 books. And my another book which is coming, the name of my another book is Half Kashmir, Half Kashgar. Because that is a Zinjing, have you heard, is anybody aware about what is the new name of the Kashgar? It is a Zinjing. But if you go to their history also, somewhere it resembles with us. The Yarkandi history, the rivers history and all. So there has been, if we see that when geographical changes took place, territorial, or there have been the evolutionary process of the geography. So if God has distributed certain reserves, and note it, underscore it, if God has distributed certain reserves, minerals, or the highest gifted was we, Kashmir, this place, the entire, because we have been given at that time when every drop had a value, every drop of water had a value. You would not get any drop of the water so easily. You had to struggle for getting a drop of water. God gave us more than 5, 6, 7 rivers, because Leh was also part of us. Tibet. Leh is already. Tibet was part of us. We were, if you have read the history, in the history it was being written, Kashmir, it is Kashmir. Basically it is a Kashmir. Kashmir includes Jammu also. It is only during the Maharaja's time that the new bill was introduced. It was not a bill because it was an autocratic rule. And in autocratic rule there is no democracy. And in autocratic rule, as a matter of civilization, he said, why only Kashmir? Why not introduce Jammu and insert a Jammu? So they said Jammu and Kashmir. Otherwise, earlier, if you go and read anybody, you read Raj Tarangni, thousands of years before history, it is we have shown to the world how to write the history. It's we, really. You go and watch it. We are the first who wrote the history. That is Raj Tarangini. Somebody will ask you a question. Raj Tarangini. You should know that's the first chronicle. It is Tarangini means, flow. Flow of kings. Then it was a flow of the kings. But Raj Tarangini is obsessed also with the pride of our water civilization. How Arabia came into a birth. Are you aware about it? How Arabia came into birth? Arabia came into birth because of the emergence of the Ab Zamzam. Once it emerged when Hazrat Hajra, she was just kept in along with the Hazrat Ismail alayhi salam. When she was kept in that desert when there was no drop of water, the child was feeling thirsty. He had no water. He was about to, collapse. Hazrat Hajra with the 7, running. Because I had been to the Hajj. I think how many you are from who have gone for the Hajj? Is anybody? You should go in the young age to the Hajj. Malaysians go. They don't give marry to their daughters to any boy if he has not gone to the Hajj. And no boy and no family would get the daughter-in-law if she has not gone for the Hajj. That's the traditional mandatory, because they feel that in young age Hajj is a very good and a pious thing to purify the person. And you also learn. So there is you call it a sa'i. You go, and if you have heard about that sa'i or not, she has gone from one place to another from the back. She was actually in the trauma. Because she was in trauma, remembering Allah, that I want a water. And Hazrat Ismail alayhi salam could, with the scratching of his feet, he could get the water from the desert, which is still flowing. See, which is a miracle of the world, is the Ab Zamzam. But my point is different at present. That my point is not about the entire religious part of it. My point about is the water part of it. The Arabian civilization was born. Then all around then the Kaaba was built by Hazrat Ibrahim, his father. Hazrat Ismail alayhi salam's father was built nearby. And then when Kaaba was built by him, and when Allah told him, you go give azan, give the call, he said, there is nobody. It's me, Hazrat Hajra alayhi salam, and Hazrat Ismail. Who will come to offer the prayer? I will give the azan, but who will come for the prayers? The Allah said that it is me. All the spirits who will listen this azan will come. And that happened. Even today also, if your soul has listened at that time the azan of Hazrat Ibrahim, you have to go. The Kaaba will catch you like a magnet. So I'm telling you, at that time and since today, you see, one of the world's best civilization is the water civilization there. Now, they have the oil also, oil reserves. The entire belt, whether it is Syria, whether it is Iraq, whether it is Saudi itself, whether it is even some part of the Turkey, some part of the Iran and other places, the entire Persian belt has gifted with, apart very not that much hydro, but they have the petro, they have the oil reserves more. But we don't have the oil reserves, because at that time oil reserves were not required. At that time water reserves were required. So we have a Jahl, which source is here in Verinar. You should sometimes go have a visit to that place, how fresh it emerges from that, the place of the source. You see how fresh it is, and then how polluted later on it gets. It gets dirt because of dirt of our minds. But there it is fresh. So similarly, we have an Indus. You talk of Indus and Indus and Indus. It is from our Tibet which emerges. And similarly, we have Chinnan. That is also one of the territories within the Kashmir. Because you would call at that time, apart from these, you will also call triple Ks. And at that time, Kashmir was also very important, and Kishtwar was also important. And there are so many, like we have the K2 mountains and all. So we have the mountainous region was itself our power. Because at that time, invading was a very common feature. Anybody, any king would decide that I have to invade, and people will make castles all around. You might have heard the stories of invasion of the castles. And people would go and invade. Similarly, once you see the Kashmir, Kashmir has also witnessed so many invasions. Even we have witnessed the invasion of the Zulqadar Khan is known as a Dulcha. Dulcha, it is written in the Chadoda history. It is GMD Sofi. GM Sofi was the Algerian and very personality of the Sufiyat. He has written in 1800 the book on Kashmir. Name is Kashir. Similarly, Azam Dadmari has written very good history on Kashmir. So you will find in that history also, history that when Zulqadar Khan and Dulcha came, he was very powerful to go over the mountains. Earlier, people were feeling afraid of invading Kashmir. They would see, yeah, God has given them, no doubt, the reserve of waters, very vibrant hydro, the potential oriented the valley, but it's all mountains are very dangerous. You cannot cross it. It was all around the buzz of at that time the kings. No, you cannot cross the Kashmir. So we had a divine, protection because of these mountains, mini mountains or the bigger mountains. Like mini mountains, we have the Zabarwan mountains, you have the Harmukh and other mountains, and the bigger mountains which even part of the range of the Himalayas were protective to us. And even there I may remember even Shankaracharya, which it is now being called as the Shankaracharya. It was basically Takht-e Suleiman. It is mostly known as the Takht-e Suleiman because it has, if I will divert to the Takht-e Suleiman, so my entire topic will change because I am giving you little bit, because in one half an hour or 1 hour speech I cannot do the justice of going too deep in one particular topic. I can give the periphery idea of everything. So in this mountainous range, Zulqadar Khan succeeded. It was the Tatar of the dissidents of the Changes. They came, they plundered Kashmir, they killed the males, they just molested the woman, they set the entire Srinagari, the Shah, you called it a Shah because later on it was given a Shahr Khas. So it was plundered and burnt. So it was the greatest invasion of the centuries to the Kashmir, which Kashmir can never forget. And the king of Kashmir was Simhadeva. Simhadeva fled to Kishtwar. He left people helpless. He left people abandoned. People were being killed, massacred, all fire, or not the present fire. It was all they were being set on fire, and history is horrible of that. Then what happened? He took all the jewels, and you know we have a sapphire. Sapphire, you might have heard the history of the recent history of the sapphire. You know, that is in Pancham. Pancham is the mountain in the Kishtwar. He had gone to that place where he has concealed here, there where the blue sapphire is the world's rarest sapphire. And that is only in Kashmir or Kishtwar, which was part of Kashmir. So he would get always these, you know, idols or the murtis or at that time built out of the Pancham blue sapphire of the Pancham mountains in the Padar Kishtwar. It is in the Padar Kishtwar. He would get it, and he took all the treasure along with that, and he took the refuge in the Kishtwar in the same Padar. Okay? Now, forget about the king. But at that time, see divine support to Kashmir also. Divinity has always played a part. Dulij. So people don't understand Dulij kya kar rakhe mis. Yeah, Dulij kya kar rakhe mis. People don't understand, but it has a big history behind it. So what happened? This Dulcha told to these male prisoners whom he has arrested. He told them that now show me the way. I have to go to the other side of the Kashmir, that is the Jammu part of it. Okay? So here it is. Now they were all defeated people. Their women had gone, their property had gone, their everything had gone, their Kashmir had gone. So you know what they did? They told Dulcha, you go to this, we will show you the way. They took him to the way towards the Banal Pass, avalanching pass, deliberately, where the avalanches will engulf the entire, brigade of the Dulcha. So that happened. So along with those people who have shown him the way, they really destroyed the entire brigade of the Dulcha or the Zulqadar Khan at that time, and he was finished. And after that came the period of the spirituality, and King Sadruddin Ranjan Shah took over the reins of Kashmir. Then Hazrat Bulbul Shah came from Kashgar, because Kashgar and Kashmir was at that time part together. They would travel from, there is a Takla Makan, if you have heard, that is one of the deserts in the China border, and this. He would cross the Takla Makan desert and cross then the Silk Route. Silk Route is it is the string of pearls. It was known as string of pearls. Tasbih. You call it the tasbih or string of pearls or motium kajuma, whatever you call it. It was our Shahrai Ibrahim. Shahrai Ibrahim was our trade link. It was a trade between all the countries of the world where Kashmir and Kashgar had a monopoly. Now they called it a SIPEC. They have given a very good and new name, SIPEC, Chinese and Pakistan corridor. Actually it is a Shahrai Ibrahim, through which these spiritual saints and our Amir Kabir Rahmatullah Alayhi, where I was yesterday, and I had a very great address there. So this Amir Kabir Rahmatullah Alayhi also came through that Shahrai Ibrahim to Kashmir, and every spiritual saint came, and Kashmir accepted this spirituality. And very beautifully they accepted. They could see that there is a logic, because they had seen Zulqadar Khan's terror, they had seen plundering, they had seen all horrible ways. So after that is the history, how things have done. We had the till now the modern history, where we have witnessed certain histories as controversial, which people, responsible people, will not read. The British, you go to the British museums. If you go to the British Museum, you go to the London Museum and all, if you will see any coin, you will see any where you get connected with the Kashmir, you will feel proud of yourself. Because, you know, our hope is you. People like us have a hope if you, out of you, somebody becomes IAS officer. But after becoming IAS officer, he has not to see Kashmir from the prism, what is being fed to him. He should see Kashmir from the beauty prison which God has given. Because so many people not here, even from the Persia, also said that it is a miniature of the heaven. If God has a concept of the heaven, so visualization of heaven, so the heaven is Kashmir. So there also people, thousands of youngsters like you, thousands of youngsters of you is the mind of Kashmir, the future of Kashmir. And this future of Kashmir has to shape the Kashmir in such a manner that world should start rethinking what is being presented blackly painted. To me, I sometimes feel aghast when I watch a national media. They present Kashmir as if, you know, every Kashmiri seems to be presented, or every entire Kashmir for him is just a blackboard. Whatever he writes on this blackboard are present without writing the black itself. Because they don't know my Kashmir. My Kashmir is you. If I will show them the human brains of my Kashmir, let any eco-friendly campaign. Stop polythene in Kashmir. Stop polythene in Srinagar. And I saw to it the writ is accepted. Normally people say, अरे यार ये सरकारी अफसर बोलते हैं फिर थोड़ी इनका चलता है. That is the normal concept. अरे बोलते हैं इनका थोड़ी चलता है. मैंने, what I did, I said 2 days after joining me as a commissioner Srinagar municipality, I went to the Burnhall school, the new generation. Out of that they might be now grown-up persons after 10 years, definitely. So they were the Burnhall. I gave, like I am talking to you, I told him, will you join me? I was a commissioner. I told him, will you help me? I'm telling to the 10th class or 9th class or 8th class boys, will you help me? They said, sir, we are with you. मैं कहा अभी मैंने बोला ही नहीं है, you are with me for what? I want your help. they कहा what help sir? मैं कहा I want to ban polythene in Kashmir, Srinagar. Will you support me? Because sir, we are with you. We will have the procession. Come and join with me. I requested the principal, father was there. I told him, allow them just to go from this part and come from that Yano side. You know, there is a 2 gates. You go, you had been to the Burna. Huh? I said that we will take the procession from this part and come back. Commissioner will lead them. And we want a ban on polythene. So it happened. I got a phone call from the chief secretary of the time, because it became viral. Very, very viral. कि यार commissioner दी जुलूस निकाल रहा है. So he also told me, come Mr. Renzo, what are you doing? Why are you? Because sir, I am in the procession with my children. कहा कि what procession? We all want sir, ban on polythene. His reply was, you are yourself a commissioner. It is your power to do it. Why you are demanding it? मैं कहा sir, you send me just a order copy and I will implement it. Because at least I will have the confidence the top government is with me. He said, okay, you will be faxed. At that time fax was working. Now today the fax is not working. At that time fax was working. So fax, he sent me immediately a fax. Huh? So I got a fax that polythene is banned. And it was implemented not by commissioner. It was implemented by people like you, I swear. They said, yeah, ये तो अच्छी बात है. इससे तबाह हो रहे हैं हमारे ये जमीन, हमारा इको फ्रेंडली सिस्टम का एक स्लोगन है. तो I saw a person who would carry the polythene bag at the time, because new bags had not come. So it was, he was being plucked by the citizens. No, don't do it. Don't. The children would tell their parents, no, don't do it. So it was a moral education at the time. I still remember, I got a phone call of a friend. He gave me a call. So I told him, yes, खैरियत हो कैसे? कहा है जबरदस्त है, मगर मुझसे वो कर रहा है. मैं कहा what happened? मैं क्या वो क्या हुआ? तो मुझसे वो मुझसे करा वो. मुझसे वो क्या? दोपने यार मैं उस कोको रानू तुम जितना मुझे लिफाफस मस की हैं दोपने कमीशन राइट हुई तो आत्मा जैसे कर पे मैं जो कागज आत्मा मैं जो तू नॉर्मल साइकोलॉजिकली अब कागज लिफाफस पर पे it was also को नाइलमस. This is so these are the things which really, if you want, you can as an officer at that time. Once you build the officer and you will have a very pure will. As a pure person, you can do a lot of things. So I would consume your a lot of time but I know your time is so precious. You have to concentrate on your subjects. But it is very good, and I am thankful to those people who are conducting your coachings, that they have organized this workshop, and today they had invited me, and I made it a mind to be with you. So I will be always on any phone call for any guidance. I'll be available for you for any questioning. If anybody has the question which I promised it earlier, so in brief I can reply. Thank you very much. If anybody has a question, is an imam of a respective mosque, you will definitely go there, offer a prayer, and after offering prayer, you will get some knowledge. The mosques are not only limited to the prayer, even getting knowledge is also prayer. Prayer is a continuous. In the Quran Sharif, it is written that be in a namaz. Namaz qaim rakho. Qaim. Qaim means 24/7. It means, for example, we are talking to each other. When we are talking in the purity manner, it is itself a prayer. If we are talking nice, we are talking good, we are talking in a very vibrant manner. Once Zainul Abidin introduced that, he gave reverence back to those spiritual abodes. He built Zanagir, Zain Lankar. He went to Ashmukam. He went, you read the Zainul Abidin's history, the golden era. I think it was 20 years of the golden era of Kashmir. Akbar was later on. So I am telling you, we are giving sometimes importance Jodha Akbar. Whatever, maybe Jodha Akbar might be whatever it is. But where from they got an inspiration? The inspiration fountain was my Zainul Abidin. Akbar's inspiration was Zainul Abidin, but I am not presenting it. I am not projecting it. Nobody talks about it. Nobody will make a film on my Zainul Abidin. He said, oh yaar, Kashmir mein to pehle cinema hi band hai. Yaar dikhayega aur dekhega kaun? And who is bothered about his Zainul Abidin? That's your answer. So we need every Zainul Abidin in every mohalla. You need every imam as a Zainul Abidin. Where he should come, because we are in crisis. We are in crisis of civilization. And when we are in crisis of civilization, your future is marred. You are being, sometimes people also talk, hata zimana IAS divan ye muju, ye guys current present, ay maasan bicharan panun och goilmit. Ay maasan padavai manchana aidat pass karan, is havo koshur tu IAS. It's not like that. Getting IAS means something. You have the competition of millions. I have been any part. मैं JNU में भी कभी कभार जाता हूँ, मैं जामिया मिलिया में जाता हूँ, मैं बाकी जगहों पे दे, जहाँ पे भी everybody's opinion, जो रियली जानते हैं, It is not that जो fundamentals होता है, who talks religion out of hate. I don't like that person. Whosoever religion he is. If you talk your religion as a hate to maim other, to kill other, you are not the right person. But Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam never used his sword to hurt. So this is the image. They are presenting our Islam also throughout world, in a bad, not only Kashmir. Everywhere we are not being. Otherwise, the abode of love is a Kashmir. कश्मीर की एक एक हिस्ट्री मोहब्बत से भरी हुई है, प्यार से भरी हुई है. हमारे चैप्टर्स में नफरत का नाम ही नहीं है. कशर मोहब्बत छू हंग तम अगर तुम वो कुन विज बिचार आसान निब्रम कह मुसाफिर यह आसान मरनस तैयार या यह तरीस सत गोमुत अंदर कड़ान कह कोई लेडी वो कहते हैं बिचार अमिस तूर लजम अमिस दिवान पान कांगर दपान कर वुचन. दैट इज द लव. मैं एक छोटा सा बच्चा था. आई वॉज 7th क्लास मे बी 6th or 7th क्लास, बट इट इज इन माई माइंड. ये आपके सवाल का जवाब है, कश्मीर को कैसे प्रेजेंट करना है. मैं बाहर निकला, बाहर क्राउड था, बहुत क्राउड जमा था, तो वो सब किसी चीज के गिर्द जमा थे. मैं कहा यार ये क्या बात है. तो मैं भी टांगों में से घुस के ये देखने लगा. इट्स अ क्यूरियोसिटी एंड वी वर चिल्ड्रन चाइल्ड. सो मैं गया देखने क्या रहा है अंदर, ये इतने लोग क्यों जमा है. यू नो व्हाट से इट वाज अ जून. You know what I saw? एक चिड़िया गिरी थी, उसको प्यास लगी थी, and everybody was in competition उसको चोंच खोल कर उसको पानी डालने के लिए कि ताकि फिर से उड़े. ये मुझे अभी तक याद है. ये कश्मीर है, तो कोई प्रेजेंट करता है कश्मीर को ऐसे. That's why our problem is not we are a very good population, no doubt very limited population. हम इतने नहीं है. कोशिश बड़े हांगलस इन पोएट वारिया रेयर स्पीसीज ना. इट इज अ वेरी रेयर स्पीसीज, बट इट इज टू बी प्रोटेक्टेड. इट इज एंड इसकी प्रोटेक्शन हम सबके हाथ में है. तो हमें अगर हम अच्छी तरह इमेज अपनी प्रेजेंट करें, वी आर गुड. सो और मत किसी को. थैंक यू.